Finally I'm going to try raiding in Destiny. Looking for game KWTD. What does that mean? Aha! Oh, so I'll just have to find a team that does not require me to know what to do. Hi guys and welcome to Gaming Watcher. My name is Rolsson and in this video I'll give you a complete Destiny 2 beginner guide to raids. Raiding in Destiny 2 is one of the best things that I've ever tried in any game ever. If you love Destiny but you haven't tried raiding yet, boy are you in for a serious treat. The raids are by far the best made gameplay activities in the entire game. They hold some of the most interesting lore and they drop some of the best loot. But the raids are also very different from the other activities in the game, so there are some new things that you have to get used to. I'll go through those in this guide. If you really want to get good at raiding, guys, you need to know everything that I go through in this guide, so stick around, I'll make it worth your time. Joining a clan. If you want to get into raids, the first thing that you should probably do is to join a clan. There are several reasons for this. First of all, for you to join the raid teams. Most clans have regular raid teams running different raids, and they also have teaching runs for people who don't know the raids to begin with. Secondly, Hawthorne, the clan vendor in the tower, has special rewards and special challenges for clans doing raids. Joining a clan is overall the best way for you to get into raids and start playing them on a regular basis. To join a clan, go to the clan recruitment forum on budget.net. I'll leave a link in the description. Raid banners. Another thing that you can get from Hawthorne in the tower is raid banners. Raid banners are these weird flag thingies that you see people putting down sometimes in different activities in Destiny. What a raid banner does is exactly the same as a public event flag. When you activate it, it refreshes your super and gives you full ammo and health and everything so you're ready to go. Usually you can put down a raid banner before any encounter in a raid. These are very useful, so remember to get plenty of those before going into a raid. Whenever you see a white circle on the ground, you can go to it and press the button to put down a raid banner. Only one person can put down a raid banner at a time, and you can only activate the raid banner once. So make sure that you have the right weapons equipped, that is, the weapons that you want to use for this particular encounter and the super that you want to use for the particular encounter before you activate the raid banner, because you can't do it again. Don't be a cheapskate, man. If you are new to the group, put down a raid banner. Calling out and communication. Raids in Destiny 2 are 6-player activities and they're always very focused on the mechanics, so coordination and communication is very important when doing a raid. One thing that can really screw up an encounter is if everyone is talking at the same time, so no one can hear what is being said and who is talking. Therefore, there are certain unwritten rules about this when you play raids to make things more simple and make sure that everyone understands what is going on at all times. The first rule is that no one knows who you are just by your voice. So if people need you to volunteer for an activity or some role in an encounter and asks who is going to do this and that, for example, who is going to run and clear all the ads. You can't just say me. No one knows who you are, they don't know your voice. So what you need to do is you need to call out your name. No, not your real name. The name that they can actually see on the screen. So the name of your character or your player name or whatever, so people know who's talking. Do this in general whenever you're talking, and it's important for people to know who is talking. So for example, if you're telling people to come to you, you say come to Rolsson, for example.
No, you're on the wrong guy. Yem is on the right guy.
Yam.
Yem. Ah, I see. Yem.
Yem.
Oh, that's a really crappy place.
Some people have names that are impossible to pronounce. If you're one of those people, first of all, good job. Nice done. I thank you on behalf of all of your future teammates who will have to guess how to say your freaking name. If you're one of those lovely people, please tell your teammates what to call you when you begin the raid, so that is out of the way. Another thing that is very important when doing a raid encounter is that you're clear on what you call things. So usually the team will have to coordinate different actions in an encounter, and it's very important that you have agreed on what to call different things you're interacting with in the encounter. So for example, in many encounters you have to stand on plates, and sometimes there are different kinds of plates that you have to stand on, so you can't call all of them plates. You have to differentiate what you're calling the different kinds of plates so everyone knows what you're talking about. Or you might have different locations that players need to go to at different times. Give these locations names that are easy to understand. Numbers, for example.
First pickup is 5, which is map. And second pickup is 3, so head up to synagogue. Pray yourself good night. Yes, Yem yet again is on him, so if I could have the people avert on location Yem.
You'll have to call things out to let the team know what is going on. So let's say during an encounter you need to stand on some plate at some given time. So someone will call out, Rolsson, go to plate number 1. You'll have agreed beforehand which plate is number 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then when I'm on the plate, I will maybe call out, Rolsson is on plate number 1. If that is necessary. It's usually something that you will agree on beforehand. Don't crack jokes and say stupid shit in the middle of an encounter, because it will confuse the team, and maybe someone is calling out something that needed to be heard, that because you were cracking funny jokes, Mr. Funny Man. In the meantime, no one heard, and now you lost the encounter and have to start over. Keep to the agreed upon callouts and have clear and precise, no bullshit communication with the team. That is the best way to get through the encounter. Save the jokes for the space between the encounters. And for the love of God, don't use emotes in the middle of an encounter. The number of times that I have failed an encounter because some was in the middle of enjoying their most recent Eververse purchase. Please just don't do that. The structure of raids. So, most raids are divided into different encounters. Encounters are kind of one activity where you have to work together as a team to complete an objective or several objectives. Each encounter can be activated, so usually you walk between rooms and get into a new room where an encounter takes place, and you can now coordinate callouts and communication, put down the raid banners and equip the right weapons and the right subclasses, activate the raid banner, and make sure that everyone is ready before you actually activate the encounter. Usually there's a trigger to activate it. It's often shooting something or standing on something, and when the encounter is activated, you'll begin completing the objective as a team. Usually in a raid there will be a jumping puzzle somewhere between the encounters when you move from one place to another, and typically you also pick up chests on the way. So the typical structure of a Destiny raid is doing an encounter, then you get a chest, then you have to move from one place to another, and in this part of the raid there might be a jumping puzzle or some sort of maze that you have to get through to find the exit, or even that you have to unlock the right entrance by doing some puzzle. So when you move from one place to another, usually there's always some secret chests on the way that you can pick up, and then you come to the next area where the next encounter is going to take place. The last encounter in a raid is usually a boss fight. The classic structure of a boss fight is that you have to do some sort of mechanical puzzle to unlock a damage phase. That is a period of time where you can actually damage the boss. This phase will end at some point, and then you will have to do this mechanical puzzle again to unlock the next damage phase and do damage to the boss again. Sometimes the damage phase will also have some kind of mechanic that you have to do while doing damage. You need time. Doing a raid is by far the most time-consuming activity that you can do in all of Destiny. If you're doing a raid for the first time with just a few more people who's doing it for the first time, you're in for maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 hours of playtime, maybe even more. It takes time to learn a new raid. If you're the only one in the group that does not know the raid, it will not take that long. But as soon as you're just a few newbies, the playtime extends heavily. so make time for that. It sucks for the rest of the group if you have to leave after 1 hour and they can't continue the raid, or they have to find another player to take your place. It also sucks for you because you will probably have to do the raid with a new group of people the next time, and you might have to start over waiting for potential newcomers to learn the stuff that you have already learned the last time. Yeah, it just sucks. Leaving too early just sucks for everyone, so make time for it. Do some research. Before going into a new raid, it's a good idea to research the encounters and mechanics. You might not remember every detail, but at least it will not be totally foreign to you, and that actually helps a lot. There's a lot to take in when going into any raid for the first time, so everything you can do to make it just a little bit easier on yourself is worth doing. How to get started with raids? Very simple. There are basically 2 ways you can go about this. The first one is to join a clan. This is super easy. There are a lot of clans recruiting. You can find them on the clan recruitment forum on Bungie.net. Many clans run teaching runs of the raids to get new players into the mechanics and start raiding. This benefits the entire clan because all clan members get free engrams when the clan does activities each week. So the more clan members raiding, the better for everyone in the clan. Don't be afraid to go into one of these teaching runs. It's not expected for you to know the raid, and you can ask all the questions that you want. That is what the teaching run is for. The important thing here is to not make it seem like you know more than you do. I've seen this many times. Some people don't like to admit that they know nothing, and that always ends up with them failing even more because they didn't get the right guidance. This is frustrating for everyone. To learn the raid properly, you have to tell the teaching players what you don't know and ask as many questions as possible for you to properly understand what is going on. There is no shame in needing an explanation several times. Some of the mechanics can be quite complex. This last point is especially important for the other way of getting into raiding that I will talk about in this video. This is just going into the LFG, looking for game forum on Bungie.net and signing up for a raid with random players. Now sometimes you can get lucky that there are teaching runs in there as well, but you don't see them that often. More fire teams will have the tag KWTD on them. This means know what to do. Now this might make you think, well, I don't know what to do, so I probably can't join this raid. But actually a lot of times people don't mind teaching one person on a raid team if the other people on the team know what to do. What is super important here is that you're upfront about it. As soon as you join the fire team, state the fact that you don't know the raid, but you are eager to learn. No one will be mad. Worst case, they will just say that they want a fast run, so they need someone with experience, and then you just try again with another fire team. The only time when people will get mad at you, unless they're dicks, is if you haven't been upfront about your situation and they find out because you're just running around like a headless chicken when doing the raid. I can't stress this enough. Be upfront about it. This is the key to having a good time as a new raid player in Destiny 2. If you just do this, you will have a good time and quickly get into raids. Don't let pride or insecurity get in the way. Just say, hi guys, I know absolutely nothing, so I hope you guys will teach me. I'll do my best to learn fast and keep up. I get it, I'm an introverted person myself, but even I have done this and gotten to know many of the raids in this way. Just have the line ready and say it as soon as you join the voice chat. It will be fine, trust me. So there is some lingo that you need to know to understand these raid posts in the LFG forum, and I'll just run through them quickly here. KWTD means know what to do. Be chill means don't be hyperactive or screaming into the microphone or flaming other people and being toxic. CP means checkpoint. This means that this raid is not starting from the beginning, but from a checkpoint. So if you want to do the raid from the beginning, don't join these games. Fresh means that this raid is played from the very beginning. A fresh start, so to speak. 10 plus clears. This means that this group only wants players that have completed the raid more than 10 times before. So now you're ready to start your raiding journey. I wish you all the best. If you want to connect with me or other gaming watchers, feel free to join the Discord, there's a link in the description. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you don't want to miss out on any other Destiny guides or news, turn on that notification button. As always guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.